Marcus Smart's done a really good job on Stephen Curry. I think he's 29% when Marcus Smart is the closest defender, which is like the best in the league for a defensive player against Steph Curry. And I just think there are matchups all over the place that I'm interested to see because I think, Steph will have a tough time with Marcus Smart. Obviously, Marcus Smart's very good on defense. He won Defensive Player of the Year. And then you have Jaylen Brown, defending Klay Thompson, which I think is going to be a whole hell of a task as well. Probably throw Tatum on there to, Tatum on Wiggins. And I think they can just match up with what the Warriors want to do, honestly, and, vice versa. When guys like Jordan Poole or something come in, I don't really think there's any hiding in this series. You can probably get away with throwing your worst defender on Draymond because he's not going to go to the basket or is really a threat to shoot. But I think it's going to be more so a matchup of like IQs than it might be who's just able to outman the other team. Because if I'm the Warriors, I am worried about how my offense is going to match up. I think the offense is going to be able to score points because they're just really good at it. But again, you have a capable defender on Wiggins. You're going to have a capable defender on Klay. You're going to have one on Steph, and then Jordan Poole when he comes in the game too. So I think it's just going to be more difficult than they've seen in these past 3 series that they've been in to get their offense going and to make shots. And then if you're going to attack the rim, you have guys like Al Horford and Robert Williams down there who can make that more difficult as well. And the Celtics are really good at not giving up 3-pointers. So it's interesting to see where the Warriors shots are going to come from. And when they get those shots, are they going to be able to knock them down?
Yeah. Defensively speaking, Warriors haven't seen anything like what the Boston Celtics bring to the table. In Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals, the Dallas Mavericks switched on defense 63% of the time. That was out of desperation. The Celtics switch 45% of the time because they know what they're doing. There is a big difference, and the Warriors are going to have to find a way to get their buckets, and they have the offense to do it. And this is a fast-paced, free-flowing, move the ball tempo, and that leads to open shots, open runouts, and it also leads to turnovers. The Celtics don't really have a ball handler. Their stars are definitely not their ball handlers. We've seen how sloppy Tatum and Brown can both be with handling the ball. Same thing with Marcus Smart. I guess Derek White most of the time when he's in would be it, but they don't really have a consistent ball handler on their own, and we've seen their turnover issues as well. Both of these teams have the ability to cough the ball up again and again, and I think that's going to play a huge factor in these NBA Finals and how they are going to go. If one team figures out a way to really take control of the ball and not turn it over 15 times a game, which they are both averaging around, then that team is going to have a huge advantage. You are absolutely right. The Celtics have a size advantage. There's no question. And the task for the Dubs is to figure out, are they going to have to rely on Kevon Looney? Are they going to have to rely on Otto Porter Jr., who should be making his way back? Health plays a big factor on their defense because Iguodala is one of their better defenders. He hasn't played a lick in the playoffs yet. They're hoping Gary Payton II is able to be back in time for these finals. He should be. They're saying he's practicing this week, so we will see. But there's a lot of health issues on the Dubs side defensively. We've seen the health issues as well for the Boston Celtics. Marcus Smart, a quad and then an ankle. Robert Williams, a meniscus tear he had surgery on, and then a bone bruise in the Eastern Finals. Al Horford's had some health issues as well. So there's a lot to play involved in what's going to happen in these NBA Finals regarding just the health of each team.
Yeah.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah.